Bernard here. Welcome to the Citizen channel as we look back at a big match review today. So we're going to review the City versus Bournemouth game, of course, in the Carabao Cup on the 24th of September, 7:45 p.m. at the Etihad. Yep, I paid my tenner to the Elf Carabao Cup page, whatever it was, the site, and yeah, obviously I say I'm away at the moment, not the greatest connection. I had an absolute disaster against Wolves trying to watch that match the other night, so at least it sort of froze a few times, but only sort of once I refreshed it, I was sort of missed 10 or 20 seconds at a time, so it wasn't too bad. I was quite happy with it overall. So for a tenner, even my lad could log in back at home in Manchester. He could use my login details to watch it as well. So that was all good. I can't complain about that. So we'll be doing the same next week, won't we? Because Manchester City, of course, progressed. We progressed through to the next round, the fourth round, and we'll be playing Burnley at Old Turf Moor, won't we, next week? So I'll be paying another tenner, I suppose, to watch this. And although my lad said he'll pay the next one, so it might cost us a few quid up to the final, mightn't it? Which we're going to get to, aren't we? Of course we are. Anyway, we're going to talk about that today. I have the player ratings, my ratings, and Manchester Evening News. I think it's Stuart Brennan's ratings and my ratings. There's some quirky stats and match stats as well, my little thing with quirky stats. Some quite interesting ones as well today. So we're going to have a look at last night's game against Bournemouth. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification when these City vlogs are coming out. Please tell your City mates and friends I'm here. So I've got a very, very loyal subscriber base, but obviously very small compared to some of the other guys out there, but I hope to entertain and inform and offer a little bit different, some things a little bit different to everybody else as well. So please give me your support if you can, and thumbs up's are nice as well. Please just give us takes a split second, doesn't it? It's lovely to get views, but please, thumbs ups are always nice. Right, yeah, so here we go, the Bournemouth team and our team. Well, there you go. I mean, I think Bournemouth fielded 7 under-23 teams, but under-23 players, but I think their team was less perhaps inexperienced as ours. But City lineup, yeah, that was what, 8 changes to the Wolves game. I mean, we'll talk about Pep later on that basis and why he did certain things. So the lineup last night, City versus Bournemouth: Stephen, Walker, Garcia, Harwood, Bellis, Rodri, Doyle, Foden, Bernabé, Torres, Mahrez and Delap. Yeah, we Delap that up, didn't we? That was good to watch. Walker was captain, so again, that's probably par for the course. I couldn't think of anyone else more worthy actually who started the game, to be honest with you. Subs: Carson, I forgot he was still there, Mr. Carson. Aki, Sterling, KDB, Mendy, Nemecha, Palmer. Obviously not hoping to have to bring Sterling and KDB on, but hey, we know what happened there, don't we? Referee John Moss. Again, do we have a favourite referee? Certainly not mine. I mean, he just strolls around that pitch. He seems to be in the right position, but he doesn't exactly sprint everywhere, does he? But more on him as well as we do this. Yeah, the match highlights and lowlights. I believe this is our first meeting in a cup competition with Bournemouth. I don't think they've ever beaten us in a competitive match. So it was all set up to go wrong, wasn't it? Well, perhaps not. 10 minutes. Foden played a first. He had a great first half again. Foden does tend to. I've noticed in games he does tend to disappear a little bit the second half, but again that's inexperience and age, I suppose. Even obviously we think he's experienced now, don't we? But he's got a long way to go. So it's a great ball over the top to Torres, who we saw early doors, didn't we? But another one who sort of disappeared, unfortunately, during the game. I don't know what happened to me. He sort of couldn't really get into it, could he? But a great ball over the top from Torres was blocked at a very tight angle by the keeper, wasn't it? Travis, the Bournemouth keeper's sauce. So that was the first real clear-cut chance. And again, 15 minutes, just 5 minutes later, again, very, very clever through ball by Foden, doing his old David Silva impression. We want to see more of that, don't we? To Mahrez, and again, another good save by the keeper. Perhaps Mahrez could have had a chance to do a little bit better than Torres could have done early on. Rodri had a great header wide, didn't he? A big powerful header. I think that's going to be it with Rodri, isn't he? He's either going to blast just wide or head wide, and he will score the odd goal. But I think that's life under Rodri, I think, over the coming seasons if he stays with us, which I'm sure that's the plan. 17 minutes, yeah, it wasn't long, was it? 1-0 to Foden, quite comfortable. Again, a fantastic through ball by Foden, great ball through. So another assist for him, and superb. What a fantastic goal by Delap. Absolutely stunning into the far corner. I mean, the goalie absolutely no goalie on the planet, I don't think, would have saved that. Superbly taken. And that's what we want to see from a striker, isn't it? A big lad up front. Fantastic. I'm not going to say he overall would have had the greatest game, but what a game he did have. I mean, you know, for a debut at that level. Again, against a competitive Bournemouth team, they weren't all kids, you know, they still had a strong team out considering. But what a fantastic goal. I think everyone loved that. Even I sort of give a little cheer in there, you know, which is not like me. I don't make much emotion when I watch on telly or on streaming. It doesn't do it for me that much, but even I give out a little cheer. But we didn't last long, did it? 21 minutes. Bournemouth got it back. Sorry, 21 minutes. Yeah, Bournemouth got it back, didn't they? With was it Surridge, their player? He was very physical as well, Surridge, and he took his goal really well. There was a bit of a messing about in the box. Bernabei again, we'll get onto him in a moment, but he ended up going through Bernabei's legs, and I don't think Stefan had any chance really to get that. So the lead didn't last long. 21 minutes, it was 1-1. That was the first real chance for Bournemouth, and they didn't really after that have that much else chance-wise, even though they did have some dangerous positions. 34 minutes, obviously Bernabei unfortunately had to go off, didn't he? And he wasn't having the greatest game. I mean, it's a horrible sight to see, but fortunately he was watching the second half, so it's nothing too bad, is it? And I'm sure he'll be back, but he did look a bit out of his depth last night for the 30-odd minutes he was on. A lot of things that went wrong with City came from the Bernabei area, which, you know, again, he was playing more forward, wasn't he? So, I mean, these things are going to happen. It happens when Mendy's there, which I'm sure it did when Mendy took over. So Mendy came on for him anyway. And 40 minutes, I've got here another great effort from Rodri gone wide. So there you go, that story of Rodri's City career. I'll put it in writing now. This is what it's going to be like with Rodri. Headers over or just wide, shots over or just wide. Oh, what a fantastic goal. I think that's what it's going to be with Rodri for the rest of his City career. So yeah, competitive half, but 1-1. I didn't have that down as my half-time, full-time on my little things, but it doesn't matter. Competitive half, both teams working very, very hard. And I think John Moss gave Bournemouth every single free kick. I don't think he'd give us any 50-50s at all in that first half. But again, we'll get back to him before we finish this report. So, yeah, second half, good possession by City. But Bournemouth were looking dangerous. As I said, they didn't have a lot of chances, but they were managing to get in behind City. They'd done so in the first half. And the start of the second half, certainly for the first 10 or 15 minutes they were doing. Obviously, tiredness did creep into their players eventually. But, yeah, they did have a great chance, didn't they? And Mr. Edison's shadow, didn't he? I mean, Mr. Stefan did that thing where he comes out and you sort of hold your breath, and he does a fantastic. There's an image I think on there on screen of him just managing to clear it before the attacker, and that's very Edison-esque. But at least it was sometimes with Edison he's a little bit late doing that, but at least Stefan timed it perfectly, didn't he? So that was fantastic, but we couldn't do it. I mean, at the end of the day, we had to bring them on, didn't we? 60 minutes, we had to bring KDB on. He came on for Rodri. 66 minutes, just 6 minutes later, we brought Sterling on. So I thought to myself, are we preparing for the penalties at the end? You know, bringing KDB and Sterling on, two of our penalty takers. But you know me, I'm always the optimist as ever. So you know, that was my initial thought when them two guys come on. But then 74 minutes, yeah, eventually. I mean, the pressure, it's bound to. I think the only team who looked like scoring at that stage, Bournemouth had shot the bolt pretty much. And obviously it scored what was going to be, it turned out to be the winning goal. And of course, Mahrez did some good work from Mahrez. He ended up one of his greatest games. He sort of run into a lot of dead ends and stuff. And he hit the post with a great shot. Keeper, no chance. And then obviously Foden, as any good striker or any good goal scorer, seemed to scuff in the rebound, but at least his boot was aimed in the right direction towards goal, and there's nothing Travers could do about it. Sort of beat him and went over him. I think got an hand to it, but yeah, it's one of those goals that he scuffed him. But probably if he'd hit it better, it might have been saved. But no, it's that's a typical goal-scoring goal from a young lad who's a midfielder. That'll do for me. 79 minutes, of course, Delap got a yellow, didn't he? I thought it was a committed challenge on Travers, the goalkeeper. I don't think he did anything wrong. But he got a yellow for it, and a lot of consternation on the touchline. But we'll talk about Pep and Tyndall, to the Bournemouth manager. But yeah, it's I think it's a bit. It was keen, wasn't he? And I don't think it was anything too bad. I think the goalie made a meal of it, to be honest with you. But then you compare that to the injury time, Lewis Cook almost taking KDB's head off, I thought, with that. We didn't get many replays of it, actually, but at the time it did look as though he nearly took his head off. So he did actually get a deserved booking for that, which is fun, you know, thoroughly deserved in my opinion. And obviously, I'm not too sure Pep would have been happy, but at least he kept his sort of didn't get as irate as he did early on. But there you go. I think Tyndall probably wound him up the first time, and obviously kept his gob shut the second, so that was all right. So yeah, John Moss, a better second half actually. He was a bit better to City in the second half. So overall, if I was rating him, I'd probably give him a 5 out of 10 or something instead of a 3. But there you go. Yeah, deserved win on the night. So that takes us to Burnley, doesn't it? Some of the match stats: City 19 shots, 4 on target. Bournemouth just 3 shots, 1 on target. As I said, they did look dangerous in parts, but didn't quite get into the box to cause the bother, did they? 74% possession for City, 26 for Bournemouth. Passes: City made 757 passes with 91% accuracy, which is pretty good. We usually put around the 90 mark. Bournemouth 281 with just 71% accuracy. Both teams committed 10 fouls. City had 7 corners to Bournemouth's 1. I think City had 1 booking, obviously the lap, and I think Bournemouth had 2 with both Cook lads getting booked. I think the other Cook lad got booked for dissent. I think, or because obviously his mate was his brother. It must be his brother. They're both called Cook out. His mate was taking KDB's head off. So there you go. Right, on to the ratings, player ratings. Stuart Brennan's or the MEN's first, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Right, Zach Steffen, sharp piece of sweeping to the nice. So he's only given him a 6. I'm going to start at 6.5 for my team today, as the basic did a good job in a good, comfortable-ish win. So I'm going to start at 6.5. So I'm going to give Steffen 7 because of that save at the end of the day. He couldn't do anything with the goal. Nothing wrong with his kicking. So I think 6 by Brennan. I think it's Stuart Brennan. He's a bit mean, to be honest with you, on that one. Please, my apologies if it was Barkowski, but I think it was Stuart Brennan doing these ratings for the MEN. Kyle Walker, senior player in the side, organised defence, and tried to prompt the. Yeah, he's given him a 7. I've only given him the standard 6.5 because I thought he played all right going forward, but somebody's crossing was absolutely awful. There's at least 4 occasions when he should have done better with his crosses. Taylor Howard-Bellis, a couple of tricky moments against Sturridge, but stuck at it, and Sturridge has come back, but stuck at it and made 2 important intercepts. Yeah, so we give Taylor Howard-Bellis a 6. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6 as well, because I thought it was okay, but I wasn't. Him and Garcia, all credit, you know, they're only young lads, but I don't think I ever sort of did anything fantastic in this sort of, against okay opposition, but there you go. Eric Garcia ran the risk of a yellow card with some vigorous tackling, but got better as the game progressed. Well, that's Garcia, isn't he? That's why I think we want Red. He's just too hands-on with other players, isn't he? Just too vulnerable to give things away. And MEN score 6, so I'll give him a 6 as well, a little bit less than the basic there. Bernabé, nothing went right, misplaced passes, missed a tackle for the equaliser, and then got injured. Yeah, so he's only giving 4. I'll give him 5. He's a young lad, but 5. He was definitely our worst player of the night till he went off. But hey, it's his first game. Why not cut him a bit of slack? No, I'll give him 5. And give him 4. Tommy Doyle, superb first half, hardly put a pass wrong and showing all the aggression of Grandad Mike. Yeah, I think Tommy Doyle played really well that first half. But yeah, I mean, he's given a 7. I've given the basic 6.5. Don't know if 6.5 is a good mark. I'm just saying he played in a good team performance. I think he was solid. Rodri played for an hour in a pre-planned move, kept the ball moving and the chokehold tight. So MEN score 7. I'm going to give him 6.5 again. Rodri, I think it said within the context of the game. Good standard solid performance again, and if it improves his shooting and heading, gets a few on target, we might be alright. Phil Foden, great assist for Delap, scored the winner and was constantly taking chunks out of the defence. Yeah, he's giving him an 8. I'll give Phil an 8.5. He's my man of the match, absolutely superb. I'm going to give Phil an 8.5. I think he was involved in everything that went right for City, and he was his usual battle himself as well. Mahrez didn't suit the narrow role in the first half, but got shot happy in the second. Yeah, he's only given him a 5. Mahrez, yeah, he was, again, say a lot of work, but into blind alleys, and I say he set up obviously the goal by default, hitting the post, but he's giving 5. I think that's a bit mean. I've given him 6. I mean, I don't quite think he deserved the 6.5, because obviously at his level he should be a little bit above what the standard that was out last night. So I'm only going to give him a 6. Liam Delap, fantastic finish on his debut, and he was totally unfazed at making the step up. So yeah, he's giving him 7. I'll give him a 7.5. I think he deserved more than a 7, don't you? I'll give him a 7.5. Delap, great little debut, as I say. Whether he's Pep's sort of player, I'm not 100% sure. He didn't, you say, I saw him sort of stood around, perhaps not moving as much as he should, but he's a big lad and he played all games, so he's obviously physically fit. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think he played all right. Ferran Torres, another who did not look comfortable playing inside, but the game passed him by, went wide. So yeah, Torres just didn't, apart from that early chance, perhaps that had gone in, perhaps it would have boosted him. But yeah, very tepid debut from Ferran Torres. Stuart Emien's giving 5. I'll give him 5.5. Yeah, I'm not going to give him as low as 5, but again, very for the potential there, very tepid performance. Again, it's his first game. We'll give him credit, but I'm going to give him a 5.5. I think these scores should reflect, shouldn't they? The subs, Benjamin Mendy, obviously was on for 60 odd minutes. So City need more. Stuart, I thought he played out. I thought he was okay. I thought his crosses were slightly better than Walker's when he got up front. I'll give him 6.5. I thought he had a solid performance. Stuart Brennan's only given him a 5. I'll give him 6.5, to be honest with you. KDB, yeah, he was on. If they're on for 20 minutes plus, I usually rate him. Stuart Brennan hasn't. I'm going to give him the basic 6.5. He didn't really do much, did he? But he was there, wasn't he? Just in case it went to penalties. And the same with Raheem Sterling. I'll give him 6.5. Again, he was there just in case it went to penalties. Man of the match, of course, Foden. So the Pep Watch. Just a quick look at Pep Watch in his last season, which I'm not lying, am I? At the moment, it is his last season. You know my thoughts on Pep if you watched any of my vlogs. If you haven't, go back and watch a few. Yeah, Pep watching his last season. Very animated. Of course, he was defending his young players. Was sort of carefully looking at Bernabeu when he went off, make sure he was okay. Having a bit of a row with Tundle, of course, with the KDB incident, etc. So yeah, I like to see that passion last night. David Clayton for the Manchester City News interviewed him after last night's game, and he said, "I'm happy, definitely," said Pep. "It was a good game, but all our young players played at a high level. Tommy Taylor, Liam, all of them were really good. We see in training how good a finisher he is. Now is the time to be calm and keep working." Obviously on Delap, we are delighted with his performance. He played really well. With the situation we have right now, we need players from the academy. We have just 13 players fit. With the problems we have up front, he will stay with us. We will use him. A bit more on that in a moment. We cannot forget, like with Phil, he's only 17 years old. He has a lot of things to improve. We cannot anticipate the progress of every young player. We've had Phil, Eric, Liam, and we have Cole Palmer, who will be an exceptional player. We congratulate the academy. I am the last step, but before there are a lot of people in the club working for this. It's a big success for them. Jason Wilcox in the academy boss, who helps us have these players. That's why you have the academy. When you need players, we can use it. It depends on the quality of the player. When they have desire, work ethic, and the quality is good, they will have chances. Tommy played incredibly well as a holding midfield. Taylor as well. These guys did not play one game in the last 3 months. This was the first 90 minutes. They played a team who were in the Premier League last season at the top of the Championship right now, or I think the 4th, aren't they, Bournemouth? I could say congratulations to the club for providing these players for us. He also complimented Foden and Stefan, of course, when asked by the reporters. So Pep, yeah, he did well last night. He was forced into changes, wasn't he? I mean, I don't think that in a month of Sundays that would have been Pep's team. He would have put 2 or 3 youngsters in, and based on what we've seen previously. So yeah, I think he was forced into doing a lot of stuff. But I say I was quite happy with Pep last night. I was like his animation and how he was on the line and his words, etc. Very confident. And he's got a few things on his mind at the moment, team wise and stuff. So all credit to him. Yeah, to sum up, I think Bournemouth will do okay. I think the physicality's still there, isn't it? We saw that last night, and they play some nice football. They'll still let plenty of goals in, but hopefully they'll score more and they'll do okay. And the 4th at the moment, are they guaranteed to go up? Perhaps not, but I don't think they'll do too bad. And City, just to sum up, I mean, we could talk about all the debuts, couldn't we? But basically, to see a big lad up front was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know for you, but for me, to see this big lad who looked bigger than the other players, he's only 6'1", he's not a behemoth, is he? But it was just so nice to see City, and it's an option, isn't it? I mean, Pep said that. I mean, surely he's got to be an option off the bench, hasn't he? Come on, Pep, most of the season. He doesn't have to play many games, but he can come off the bench and be an option when we're in trouble, even not just when we're 3 or 4-0 up. I think it will be up, but again, he's going to be brought through slowly, isn't he? But I'm sure we're going to see him on the bench more and more, so that'll be fantastic. Right, on to the Quirky Stats before we finish up this. At Opta Joe, only Liverpool 25 between 80 and 84, and Nottingham Forest 17 between 77 and 80 have progressed from more consecutive League Cup ties than Manchester City and their current run of 16. So that's Carabao Cup is ours, isn't it? Amongst all Premier League players since the start of last season, only Kevin De Bruyne at 8 matches and Mohamed Salah 6 have both scored an assist in the same game on more occasions than Manchester City star Phil Foden across all competitions. So there are 4 matches. So there you go, well done Phil, you're doing well. Liam Delap, 17 years and 229 days, is Manchester City's youngest debutant scorer since Ronnie Lopez against Watford in January 2013. I wonder how he's doing. 17 years and 8 days, so there you go, well done Liam. Man City have won their last 11 meetings with Bournemouth by an aggregate score of 32-6, and some at Stat City, Phil Foden has now scored 17 goals for Man City in all competitions, the same amount Joey Barton managed for the club. There you go, no comparisons there. Liam Delap is a 100th different player to score a goal for Man City at the Etihad in all competitions. So that's interesting. Media headlines: MEN, Phil Foden, Tommy Doyle and Liam Delap shine. Independent: Foden lifts Man City past Bournemouth to survive Carabao Cup scare. Oh yeah, it was really scary. Guardian: Manchester City made to work by Bournemouth till Phil Foden clinched. Yeah, I can't deny too much on that one, that's alright. So there you go. Thanks for joining me for this little look back at City versus Bournemouth. Of course, please check my links on screen. If you follow and friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I'll do it back to you. That's no problem. I check every couple of days. Please check out my movie vlogs as well, movie reviews, TV drama reviews, quizzes, etc. If you're interested in that sort of thing, or you know someone who is, please point in my direction. As the same, the more subscribers I can get, the better at the moment. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base. Please push that subscribe button and tell your friends. So yeah, that's movies. And you can look at my little website, moviegamenostalgia.com, for old rare DVDs, movie posters from 92,000 board games. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And I think that's about it. And I will be back, obviously, after this, probably at the same time. There'll be a review of the Leicester game, and obviously then I'll be a preview of the Leicester game, of course, and then there will be a review of the Leicester game. But please look out for that in the push that notification so you know my little review of the Leicester game, plus the betting information. Another good night for me, but we'll talk about that on that Leicester City preview. So thanks for watching today. Great win, City, up to the 4th round, on to Burnley, on to Turf Moor. Another tough game. Will he play his younger squad? Probably, because I can't imagine too many of the players are going to be coming back next week. So that'll be absolute, because these games are coming quick and fast, aren't they? So that'll be fantastic. Please, what are we going to do this? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. Let's all look after each other. And hopefully, please, you'll join me again for another on the Citizen channel for another Citizen vlog, past or present. There's some great history ones out there, don't forget as well. So check those playlists. Please, until we meet again, stay safe, Blues. Further saying, goodbye for now. Bye bye.